Hi, in this video, I'll be showing you how to create a basic web server using NodeMCU and MicroPython, and also how to retrieve values from the web page entered by the user. In my project, the NodeMCU is the server and it contains a web page. If I want to see that web page, I'll go to my browser and send a request to the NodeMCU. After receiving the request, NodeMCU will send me the web page. If you search this on Google, you will find a lot of tutorials on how to create a web server using NodeMCU. But in all of them, they make a few buttons and that's all. But what I've done is, the NodeMCU will retrieve any data entered by the user. Now, let's see how the code works. So in the first section, I have imported all the required modules for the code to work. The time module, I've created this called pindef. It actually contains all the real numbers of the GPIO pins assigned to the name. So the GPIO numbers are so confusing, so that's why I made that. Now whenever I need to use a GPIO, I just need to type the real name. So that's a lot easy. Next, I have imported libraries like the socket library, which is required for the web server, and the network is used to connect to the router. Here I have created a function which returns the HTML code written over here. It creates an HTML form. So basically in an HTML form you can create text boxes in which you can enter anything. When the NodeMCU receives the request from the browser, it is converted to a string over here. So the request is so big that most of it is useless. You can see over here that this is the request received from the browser. I only need this part of the request. Everything else is of no use to me. So for sorting that out, I'll convert it to a string first. Then here I'll extract the useful parts. So here you can see there's a question mark here, and the different values are separated by this symbol, and there are many spaces here. So if I separate them by spaces, I can get this part alone. So first I'm splitting them into different positions of an array using spaces. So after every space, it's a new position. And next, I am splitting them by this question mark. So it will split by here, and I will take this part out. And then finally by this sign. So after that, we've just extracted all the required values from the request. I'm also splitting them by the equal to signs so that I can get each of these values individually. And then the start of my code, I'm connecting to the network and then starting the web server at port 80. It's the main section of the code. It's the main loop. So here I'm waiting for a request here. When the browser sends a request, it will take that request, and using these two functions I shown you earlier, it will extract the required data from the request, and then as a response I'll send that HTML code which is over here. And in the end, if I've entered everything correctly, print whatever I've entered and also blink an LED connected to the NodeMCU over here, and then exit the code. Let's try it out. So to run the code, you have to hit the green play button, run script button. So this is coming from the pin def I showed you earlier. Now it's started. This is the IP address of the NodeMCU. You have to enter that in your browser. Before that, make sure your NodeMCU and your computer are connected to the same network, same router. Let's enter that in the browser. You can see that the HTML I've made over here is what will be shown here. So it asks name, age and favorite color. Let me enter that. Now let's click submit. You can see the LED has blinked as I said before, and then it actually exited according to the exit I've given here. So let's see. I've written the code to print the data received. You can see it's working. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe to my channel and thanks for watching.